Hello everyone and welcome back to the Star Fox Assault playthrough. Yeah, we're starting with a cutscene this time instead of like a briefing as we usually do. And this actually features the return of that most lovely of characters, Tricky, from Star Fox Adventure. And in the year, he's gone through the entirety of puberty. I actually really like this cutscene because it's kind of like a kind of a sequel to Star Fox Adventures narratively. You get to see what's happened to Tricky. You get to learn that he's now the King Earthwalker, most likely. Yes, he is. I kind of like how the Dinosaur Planet, is outlandish as it is in the Star Fox universe, has actually become such a place, I guess. I like that. It's just kind of made it the universe so much more out there and weird, and I love that. I guess the implication with this cutscene is that, I mean, besides the romance here, which I actually think is nice and subtle, I guess the implication is that Fox hasn't really seen Tricky since before, but has kept in contact with him.
While you were on Soria, a colossal asteroid armada appeared.
Now, as the title of the video suggests, yes, we're indeed going back to planet Corneria again, which we haven't actually been on since the Star Fox 64 playthrough. Yeah, remember that?
The one silver lining is that you are all okay.
And let's face it, it wouldn't be a proper Star Fox game without going to Corneria and blowing shit up, or it being under attack.
Rob, what are the conditions on the surface?
And in terms of like the entire game's plot, this is probably the darkest like chapter of the game, because like in Star Fox 64, the destruction that was on each planet was like, I guess, never really discussed besides Corneria, because remember Falco has that line, "Oh, this is horrible." So like, but when you actually get to Planet Corneria in this game, this is treated as a huge blow for the Star Fox team. You know, their home planet, or most of their home planets, is being attacked. And they mention the possibility, and Fox mentions the possibility there of being killed, and like, you get the idea that a lot of Cornerian people have been killed in this attack, and like, it's kind of interesting actually. I think that's a really dark. I really like that moment, by the way, where Fox says if he's killed, he wants Falco to go next. Again, that shows that they trust each other, and it also kind of gets across the seriousness of this. Like, Fox doesn't expect to survive this fight. He thinks he's very easily going to die.
Concentrate your fire on the radar jammers. Understood.
And this isn't that much different from the other missions. We have kind of to destroy a set amount of objects. This one I find a little bit more frustrating, because this is quite a hostile environment compared to the others. Like, you're getting fired at from all sides pretty much. There's the infected Cornerian soldiers that are attacking you, and there's just turrets around, there's asteroids, just like a lot of stuff to deal with. And what you have to do is destroy radar jammers. So like, you can see that on the map down there in the bottom right, the green like webs, that's where the radar jammers are. And basically they're stopping these Star Fox team from seeing all their targets, I guess. I mean, like, we can see it just fine pretty much. In fact, those webbed areas just let us see where all the radar jammers actually are. Now, as we usually do, we're getting an awesome remix of the Corneria music from Star Fox 64. I love this remix of this particular track, and I'm trying to do some skillful shots there by you can take out a lot of the radar jammers from this position actually. So as I'm doing here, just like literally all you've got to do is, but the thing is, like, when you get a lock on them, they kind of turn around to like meet your gaze pretty much, and it makes it so much easier.
Fox, I've got enemies on my tail.
There we go. I love the fact that Falco said that, and the implication was that like Crystal just basically ignored him. It's not really, like, you notice the length of the video. This is actually the longest part of the playthrough so far. It's not actually this section of it that takes up forever, it's the next bit.
Fox, our radar system is almost fully back online.
I love the fact that the mission's tone is quite dark, but the music is quite upbeat. Or not upbeat, but like, I guess more, not as dramatic as they're trying to go for. See what I mean about the radar jammers just turning around to see you? So it makes it a lot easier, because otherwise you'd have to go over and individually take every one of them out. And I've done that before, like before realising they did this.
Great, Fox. Now we can use radar. I've sent you an R-wing. Find it on your radar.
Let's go get an R-wing and make Corneria safe again. This is actually one of my favourite multiplayer maps. I mean, like that's something we'll be doing after the playthrough's finished, is the multiplayer. Me, George and Ethan will be doing that. We might give every map a go, I think. A lot of them are just based on the story levels, pretty much. And I actually like this cutscene as well, because it just shows that the Apoids are learning from Star Fox's like attacks. They've actually set up an ambush for Fox. It just shows that they're getting smarter. I also like in this scene how the scene is scored. I love like the soundtrack to Star Fox, so I've mentioned it before. But the whole orchestra doing is amazing.
Wipe that stupid look off your mug. We're not done yet.
Sorry about that, people. My silly doggo barked at the door and I had to go and check it out. Anyway, this is pretty much like it was in the Fortune. Oh, you call it Fortuna then, fuck. The Regina level, where we're on Falco's R-Wing, but now we're on Wolfen. And this is pretty awesome, this section, mostly because we get to hear that sweet fucking Star Wars theme again. I will never not gush over it. This is actually a little bit harder than the other one. Not so much this section, more so the bit afterwards. I fucking hate the boss to this level. Hate it so much. And when I do the survival mode of the game, the survival mode is basically you do every single level in the game with a set amount of lives and just finish the game like that pretty much. This is the level that I always die on because of the boss. It's a pain. I will say actually hitting Wolf with the cannon gets you some funnier lines than hitting Falco. Like when you hit Falco, he just complains. When you hit Wolf, he's actually like saying stuff like, "Oh no, my darling Wolfen." Nice drop distance there, game.
It's the enemy, Fox.
They're really not wolves.
They look like sturdy little monsters, don't they?
Something I actually really like about these type of missions, even though it is just essentially standing around shooting things, is that all of your teammates are all choreographed to do stuff and fly certain ways. And if you look at what they're doing, they are actually shooting down the Apoids, so it gives the illusion that they are actually helping you.
What are you aiming at?
I mean, like on the on-foot missions, they do that as well, but it's just this one seems a lot more complicated because there's a lot more movement. So like they have to choreograph Wolfen to go places, and I think that's quite an impressive achievement, to be honest. Even though I wouldn't consider these levels the best in the game. Oh, hello, Panther.
You want to ride on my wing, Crystal?
As long as I'm covering
Could be misconstrued in many a way, that line, I guess.
These things again. They aren't worth the time.
I don't think I've talked about this, but in terms of Star Fox Zero, also one of the most disappointing things was Star Wolf in that game. Their use in that is just terrible. I just want a good Star Fox game, damn it, and I want it to be a sequel to Assault. I want it maybe not the same gameplay, but the same narrative. I want my old Star Fox canon back. I liked this canon. Oh, I suppose Panther's a bit pansexual.
I'm looking forward to the day I can fight you.
There's something I really liked about this canon is that the whole, mostly due to this game, I will admit, the Star Fox universe felt like a universe. It felt like everything was connected. I mean, if you look at some of the billboards around Corneria, they have stuff on them, and like they have a news broadcaster, and it looks kind of like Crystal a little bit. I like stuff like that. It makes it feel more alive. It feels more like this place is a world that's getting attacked. See what I mean about his lines? And here's the fantastic boss.
Unknown vessel approaching at high speed.
Another enemy? Hold it. That silhouette. Is that the General's flagship?
Is that you, Fox? Too late. The Aperoids.
General, it can't be.
They took me. My body is no longer under my control.
No.
This is my final request. Destroy this ship. Destroy me.
Don't say that. I can't.
You would make me an accomplice to these fiends?
That's the truth of it. Accept it, Fox.
Why? Why is this happening?
Yep, we're fighting General Pepper as the boss of this level, and I like that because it's just adding to that. It makes the Aperoids really feel like a threat. You know, General Pepper's a character we've seen all throughout the franchise. It really feels like they've got to us in a way. This also explains why he's not in command, and what happens to him is explained in that. Basically, due to the Aperoids infecting him here, he falls really ill, and so retires as General, so Peppy takes his place. Again, it really feels like Assault had an impact on this, or on the overall story. And it's just a shame that, like I said, we're not continuing that narrative anymore. Now, the problem with this boss, I mean, like, it looks like I'm having no trouble with it at all, is his laser. I'll point out when he does it. These kind of attacks that he does, on the higher difficulties, if you're not quick enough, he can, like, hit you before you have a chance to shoot him away, basically. And he does a lot of damage to you if you're really not careful. And when on that survival mode, he always hits me, and I feel like you're not given enough time on the high difficulties to actually hit him. It's not that there's not really that much strategy to this. All I'm doing is literally holding down the A button and it's firing. I don't have to wait for it to cool down or anything.
Looks like the Aperoids are in bad shape.
General Pepper.
It's okay. The General's a tough old hound dog.
To look like that, I was hitting it constantly, yet he still gets hits on you. And I was already damaged from earlier in the mission anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm powerless. Shoot me.
I'm not even a fan of the design of this boss because it just feels like those prototype. I guess that's kind of a nice little thread that the prototypes we've been fighting throughout the game, Pepper's using it for his flagship pretty much. I kind of like that.
Honor. Let me keep my honor, Fox.
That's it. A bit more now, Fox.
I never dreamed something like this could happen.
Keep it up. We may end it by ripping
I don't understand why nobody's helping us. He's going to knock Fox off of Wolf's Wolfen and kill him. Crystal, you love him. For fuck's sake, do something.
He's launched more missiles.
Yeah, fuck this bit.
General,
I have nothing else to say about this boss really. It is just as simple as it looks, and besides the narrative, I mean, like, I'm still shooting him despite him having died. Because Fox is thoughtful, he's just trying to definitely clear away all the asteroids from him. I actually like this moment as well, it's kind of a nice character beat.
General Pepper! Peppy!
You know, Peppy and Pepper are old friends, and like Peppy nearly giving his life, I thought was a really nice character
Are
moment.
you alright?
Is that you, Peppy? What have you done?
Looks like I'll never make retirement now. Oh. Peppy. Contact the medical corps.
So overall, in terms of the Corneria level, I think it's okay. It's got some nice character beats, and like in terms of the story, you know, Fox kind of starts his small character arc here.
Thanks.
I thought I told you. I didn't
And you get to see the end, and you know, Peppy and Wolf and Pepper
So how long you
all
plan
get
on
nice little
taking up
character
space on
beats
my
and that,
world?
and it feels like this is the end of Act 2 of the entire story.
Fox,
So like now they've hit us, we're gonna hit them back harder. I really like
don't
that.
hesitate. When the time comes,
It really feels like some real damage has been done, and in the credits we'll see that this is the heaviest hit place in the entire game. Furries unite. You know that. There's obviously feelings between those two. Okay, that's it for this part. I'll see you next time for part 8 in the Star Fox Assault playthrough, when we take the fight to the asteroids.
All ships are home. How you feeling, Peppy?
Not bad. The general's recovering in the hospital.